Darren Hardy's The Compound Effect opens with a deceptively simple premise: small, consistent actions over time yield extraordinary results. Hardy tells the story as if he's guiding a close friend through life, emphasizing that success is not born from sudden breakthroughs, lucky breaks, or massive leaps. Instead, it grows quietly, almost invisibly, from daily choices, habits, and disciplines. From the very first pages, the book invites readers to look at their lives like a ledger, where every action, no matter how small, adds or subtracts value over time. Hardy begins by illustrating how tiny decisions accumulate into life-defining outcomes. He compares it to drops of water filling a glass. Each drop seems insignificant at the moment, yet over days and weeks, they eventually overflow. The narrative is rich with examples: someone saving a small amount of money each week, exercising 5 minutes longer each day, or choosing nutritious foods consistently. These seemingly trivial choices, he argues, create momentum that compounds, transforming ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. The book brings to life the concept of tracking behavior. Hardy insists that awareness is the foundation of change. He recounts stories of people who assumed they were in control of their habits, only to discover through careful tracking that their patterns were undermining their goals. By keeping simple records of actions, what they eat, how they spend time, or how much money they save, they can identify hidden leaks and missteps. Hardy's storytelling makes tracking feel less like a chore and more like a tool for uncovering truth. One of the most compelling elements of The Compound Effect is its focus on consistency over intensity. Hardy contrasts the frenetic, all-or-nothing efforts people often employ with the slow, steady rhythm of incremental improvement. He tells the story of athletes, entrepreneurs, and ordinary people who achieved remarkable success not because of genius or talent, but because of relentless consistency. The idea is empowering: you don't need massive bursts of effort, you need to show up every day and do the right things repeatedly. Hardy also addresses the seductive danger of shortcuts. Through vivid anecdotes, he demonstrates how quick fixes, get-rich-quick schemes, fad diets, or extreme lifestyle hacks, rarely deliver sustainable results. The narrative often shows people at crossroads, tempted by immediate gratification, and illustrates the long-term cost of these impulsive decisions. The moral is clear: shortcuts may offer momentary satisfaction, but the compound effect rewards patience, discipline, and persistence. The book then delves into the power of habits. Hardy explains that habits are the building blocks of success, and he uses storytelling to show how small shifts in behavior snowball over time. One anecdote might follow someone who starts reading 10 pages a day, only to find that years later they have absorbed hundreds of books worth of knowledge. Another might show the ripple effect of a small savings habit that grows into financial independence. These stories underscore the principle that results are proportional to consistent, positive actions. Choices, Hardy insists, are the true drivers of destiny. Every day, we make countless decisions that may seem insignificant: what to eat, how to respond to stress, whether to invest in learning, but each choice sets in motion a chain reaction. He recounts real-life examples of individuals who, through a series of small, deliberate choices, turned their lives around or built empires. Conversely, he also shows how repeated poor choices quietly erode potential, often unnoticed until the consequences are unavoidable. Momentum is another recurring theme in the book. Hardy likens it to a snowball rolling downhill, slow at first, almost invisible, but growing unstoppable over time. Through stories of business leaders, athletes, and everyday people, he illustrates that once positive momentum is established, it becomes easier to maintain, and the results accelerate naturally. Conversely, negative momentum, bad habits, procrastination, and neglect, gathers speed as well, reinforcing the importance of early action and vigilance. The narrative emphasizes the role of environment and associations in compounding success. Hardy tells stories of individuals who transformed their lives by surrounding themselves with positive influences and removing toxic ones. He illustrates how energy, mindset, and habits are contagious, and how consistent exposure to supportive environments accelerates growth. These examples make the abstract concept of "your environment shapes you" tangible and actionable. Hardy also stresses personal responsibility. Through compelling anecdotes, he shows that blaming external factors or waiting for luck is a trap that prevents the compound effect from taking hold. The narrative encourages readers to own their choices fully, framing challenges as opportunities to harness small actions for long-term gain. This theme of accountability runs throughout the book, creating a sense of empowerment rather than guilt. The book tackles the temptation of instant gratification head-on. Hardy tells the story of people caught in cycles of indulgence, overeating, overspending, or procrastinating, who sabotage their own progress. He contrasts these examples with disciplined individuals who sacrifice small comforts now for massive rewards later. Through storytelling, the delayed rewards of patience and consistency become not just theoretical, but emotionally compelling. Hardy also introduces the concept of tracking progress through measurable metrics. By quantifying small actions, saving dollars, tracking calories, noting learning hours, individuals gain tangible evidence of compounding. The narrative includes examples of people who initially struggled to see results but, through consistent measurement, recognized the momentum building beneath the surface. This reinforces the idea that progress is often invisible until enough time has passed. The book encourages readers to identify keystone habits, those few actions that disproportionately influence other areas of life. Hardy narrates cases where changing a single habit, waking up early, exercising, or journaling, triggered positive cascades across work, relationships, and personal growth. These stories make the abstract concept of leverage concrete, showing how targeted small actions multiply in impact over time. Hardy also examines the psychological hurdles of maintaining the compound effect. He tells stories of frustration, self-doubt, and relapse, emphasizing that consistency is rarely effortless. Yet, by creating systems, routines, and accountability, individuals can overcome these obstacles. The book reads like a mentor guiding the reader through the inevitable struggles, offering both practical tools and reassurance that perseverance pays off.